Rachati. And having known me as the enjoyer of sacrifices and austerities, the great Lord of all the worlds, the friend of all beings, he, the sage, attains peace. Shri Krishna uses the word Maha Ishvar, which means the God of all gods, and the phrase Sarva Bhutanam Suradam, where every creature's heart is one, and the lover of all creatures, Lord of all creatures, as the friend of all creatures. Suradam also means someone whose heart has been made beautiful. When one attains this peace, there is nothing else left in his view apart from Satchitananda Purna Brahman, meaning existence, wisdom, bliss, the complete Brahman and the Supreme Being. Nothing else is left for him. Shri Krishna described the Supreme Peace and said two particular things. That one should fix the vision between the eyebrows, and one make even the inward and outward breaths moving within the nostrils. From this, our interest in dhyan, meditation, increases. Shri Krishna always says again and again to make the senses, mind and intellect steady, but how can we keep the mind steady because the mind is running a lot? How can we keep the mind steady? We often have this question. The second question we may have is that if we find what Shri Krishna says is difficult, yet we make efforts and the body passes away before our efforts are successful, then what happens to the efforts we have made? If we find at the age of 40 that we should go on the right path and we should start walking the right path, and his body falls away at the age of 80, then if we made those efforts for 40 years and didn't attain siddhi, spiritual powers, then will our efforts for 40 years fall away like rain clouds that come and perish without giving forth rain? Will all our efforts go to waste? And could it not happen that if we find someone who waves a magic wand on us, or turns a key so we attain mukti immediately, as if we're sitting on a rocket? Shri Krishna says that he will give the answer to all these questions in the 6th chapter. The 6th chapter of the Gita, Udarayata Atma Sayam Yog, is very important. It's about Atma Sayam Yog, Udarayata Atmanam, which is the yoga of meditation. A human being has to develop himself by himself. Shri Krishna shows us the method to do dhyan, meditation, in the 6th chapter. Shri Krishna will also describe what happens if these efforts are unfinished before we die. Shri Krishna will explain the answers to all these important questions in the 6th chapter of the Gita. Let's bow down to the 5th chapter of the Gita, and let's chant